Good morning, everybody. The topic for today's presentation is network monetization with APIs. So, going ahead, what is the background and motivation for this initiative? So, if we look at the statistics of few of the web skill companies, so like Salesforce generates more than 50% of its revenues via APIs. eBay generates more than 60%, Expedia whopping 90%. There are more than 21,000 public APIs as per programmable web directory information. 55% of businesses use APIs as a revenue stream. Today, roughly 99.97% of Netflix API traffic is between services and devices. APIs allow you to share a new article on LinkedIn or send your location WhatsApp using your smartphone. Now, these APIs are touching your life and you don't know about that. Unfortunately, telcos are not optimally using huge ocean of data by exposing it via APIs. So APIs expose data, services, and transactions, and that creates assets to be shared and reused. Moving ahead, if you look about the FANG companies, that is Facebook, Apple, Amazon, Google, Netflix, and try to understand their economics, then uh, recently they put Wall Street on fire. So their combined market capitalization is more than 4 trillion US dollar and still growing. They follow the paradigm of every service is consumable. And they are pioneer of service appification. Service appification means exposing the services via APIs and enabling the users to use these services by using apps. As I have said, APIs power their applications. They're fully exploiting cloud computing and open source software potential, and they follow different business model for charging and monetizing services. So that is the magic of FANG companies. Just a small snapshot on API context. So what is the technical definition of API? So Wikipedia defines API as a code specifying interaction of software components with each other. What is the business value of APIs? Organizations' core assets can be reused, shared, and monetized through APIs that can extend the reach of existing services or provide new revenue streams. What is the commerce value of APIs? An API allows third-party applications to communicate with backend services. Now, how the business transformation is being enabled by APIs. So if you look at the API value chain, so there's an API provider, which provides API to the API developer, and they provide apps for end consumer to consume the services. APIs has enabled a paradigm shift from mobile first to API first. So where mobile first pioneered the concept of channel-based delivery and organization-driven innovation, API first drives value through channel agnostic business and API enabled innovation and revenue model. Such a powerful tool for monetizing your core assets, for monetizing the services you have got for your end customers. What is the API value economics? So API brings a new level of data sharing and connectivity to multiple applications, regardless of their data structure and technology platforms. APIs makes it easier for businesses to integrate and connect people, places, systems, data, and algorithms, share data and information. They enable the transactions, leverage third-party algorithms, authenticate people and things. develop new products, services, and business models, and many, many more features which businesses are exploiting to enhance their revenue stream as well as market presence. Now, coming back to the networks, networks have also used APIs for decades, but they were all unqualified APIs. Why we call them unqualified APIs? Because these so-called interfaces which existed and still exist in the network are closed, proprietary internal interfaces. They're not open. A third party or a developer community cannot participate in innovating it. They're tightly coupled, closed, and black boxes. Innovation, evolution, and participation of external community not possible. All proprietary protocols which a network function or a network system or a network box connects with another box, and this is still a bane of network operators. And how the shift is taking place. So network cloudification is a new paradigm, and that started with network function virtualization, software defined networking, and orchestration or MANO as per ETSI standard. The left diagram is a very simplistic representation of what is the current state of network cloudification. So we have got VNFs, CNFs, PNFs, and their attached element management systems. We've got a common infrastructure shared by all these elements. On the right hand side are the different managers. So we have got Vim, SDN controller, virtual network function manager, and network function virtualized orchestrator integrated with OSS BSS. But it is still a closed system. And when we want to move towards APIification of this model, then we have to move to the right side where we are trying to abstract everything. And the network capabilities are summarized in a service catalog. They're exposed via APIs and orchestrated and managed end to end. So expose, manage, and monetize core assets of telco communication, partner management, and managing all interfaces with developers like onboarding, provisioning, and support with the help of APIs. And what is the facilitator for this? So an exposure layer has been created with backend microservices, and these microservices are exposed via an API gateway to consumers who could be your retail consumers, who could be your enterprise consumers, or who could be third party consumers. As well as this is an exposure of network services to the developer community who can bring a lot of innovation. So on the bottom side, we have got different controllers for different domains. So RAN controller, transport controller, and network function virtualized orchestrator. Then they are exposed or abstracted to a network service orchestrator, which is having a service catalog. And then again, we have got an exposure layer with the backend microservices, and API gateway is managing the entire exposure stitching of microservices for consumption of end customers. 5G is going to be a real catalyst in opening up of the network capabilities via the APIs. Just two examples of it. So 5G is characterized by federal cloud computing, and trying to approach hyperscale characteristics or FANG economics. So network data analytics function is distributed architecture providing analytics at the edge in real time, and central function for analytics which needs central aggregation. Network exposure function enables external applications to communicate with the 5G core, which is a service-based architecture via APIs. And likewise, the edge computing is going to play a very, very important role for real-time, ultra-reliable, low-latency communication. And those services can be exposed via APIs, as the next slide shows. So ETSI has defined this framework implementing REST-based APIs. And as you can see on the bottom of it, so there are different MEC specification, wherein MEC 0012, which gives the radio network information via APIs, location APIs, UE identity API, bandwidth management API, wireless LAN information APIs, fixed access information APIs, and application enablement APIs. And these are exposed via open APIs, which are RESTful based, and the descriptions are following the YAML and JSON full data models. What is the journey so far? So it is not that the operators are not using APIs. Just few examples which are available in the public domain. Telstra is using messaging APIs, connecting things APIs, event detection APIs, track and monitor APIs. AT&T API Marketplace have got both self-service APIs and turnkey application. So like messaging API, voice API, video API, two-factor authentication, click to connect, and virtual directory. Interestingly, there are a lot of initiatives from TM Forum which have defined around 50 open APIs, as well as from the GSM A community, which have also defined the APIs with where the collaboration is happening within the operators and vendor community. What are the challenges ahead? So cultivating and promoting a strong developer community, because the APIs need a very, very strong support from the developers. Organization culture, reskilling. So if we remember, and it's very famous, so Amazon's CEO Bezos has given 10 commandments where everybody was asked to use only the interfaces and make them public, and nothing should be exposed without interfaces. So same strategy should be adopted by the operators. More collaboration like open APIs from TM Forum, integrated and joint development of open interoperable internal APIs, a strong API management framework, and API lifecycle governance. These are the few challenges which need to be addressed for telcos to really partake in the huge opportunity offered by APIs. And now I open the floor for question and answers. Thank you.